All right. Let us climb back to Gothic and then take the Heston smoking room out of there.
Unless you guys are wanting to do anything wild, all that happens is you have just one street encounter as you're going through Gothic. Not a lot is happening in red carpet and stuff ever since you managed to defeat the uh, great evil that had threatened the city there.
Look,
Oh,
man.
sorry. There is something unusual in Gothic. You do see in like news reports and stuff because you can't avoid TV and radio everywhere. They are talking about the Caped Crusader, aka Batman, and stuff like that from time to time. And is he really the hero that we need? And there's a lot of pundits on both sides saying, no, Batman is bad. He shoots and kills criminals. He can't be judged during execution. And other people saying he's cleaning up crime in the city.
That was in red carpet, not Gothic, I'm assuming.
Right, red carpet.
Okay.
So just wanted to
If he
point
was
out,
appearing
apparently
in
there is
Gothic,
Batman.
that would make things very interesting.
Yeah, and also one of the things that they do note that from your brief affiliation here, Jordan, apparently Batman has glowing yellow eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So probably one of the player characters.
And also there's discussion of, but what happened to Robin?
Oh.
Who cares about Robin?
Yeah. Let's see. They also have a. When you get back, the only thing that you encounter that's interesting is they have a wedding procession. Happy couple. Both the bride and groom are being carried around in sedan chairs. Lots of people singing and such. Yeah. Minstrels. Yeah. But you guys go through there. You have absolutely no problem pretty much skating into the hotel and stuff as somebody who's personally infiltrated and not paid for a room at and wandered around many five-star hotels. You have no problem because they assume if you're going in and you don't look like shit, you belong to be there. So you guys do that, and then eventually, boom, you are back in school.
Yeah, I was leaving.
I assume you're going there at night. Oh wait, no. How are you? You're going
Clem's during the day,
right?
And then to the Heston, and we can sit around in the smoking room for a couple of hours.
Yay!
No problem.
So changing in the smoking room, changing out of the clothes into the school uniform, hang the clothes up on the back of the
I will make a note that there are adult-sized clothes there because some RPC
will fuck with it.
May fuck with it.
And with 2 gold coins in the pocket.
Yeah, I'm gonna still do the thing where I'm gonna change into a more everyday clothing so that I have like a kid-sized version of it when I teleport back.
What kind of clothing is it that's hung up here? Rugged clothing?
It is rugged clothing at the moment. I haven't gotten around to getting high-class clothing as yet.
Did you guys want to trade in your gold for, I think Jordan left his gold at red carpet, did you? Or
yeah.
Okay. Did you want to get your gold changed into coins while you're going through Gothic?
Yeah, got enough time.
For reference, can I take a picture of crap, I forgot his name. Clem, I think?
Yeah.
The barber.
Doesn't mind. Yeah.
The barber and probably the barber shop, and then I want to take a picture of the gate as well.
Okay. Let's see. You tried to take that in Gothic post-apocalyptic. No problem. I don't need a roll. Give me a essence times 3.
Oh, that does not succeed.
Just make a note. Basically, you wasted 4 pictures. Nothing comes out on those. You don't know why yet. But you are the first person to experiment with technology.
Demons.
See? So, right. You guys head back to the school,
Mhm.
which is a disappointment because eventually your character could be the first to build up a photograph album. Eventually, you may even choose to start documenting your crimes and posting it on YouTube.
Hmm.
So, right, you guys get back to school. I'm assuming everybody eventually wants to change back into kids' clothes or the uniforms rather. You now have a smaller set of clothes for if you're a kid wanting to be not in school uniform. But yeah, all the kids always wear uniforms all the time.
Yeah.
In the do I or don't I?
I'll try to take a picture of the gate on this side as well.
Great. Okay, you're in a new zone. Give me an essence times 3 roll.
That one succeeds.
Take a check in essence if you don't already have one, and make a note that you have it. It's your job to keep track of what pictures actually come out. But since you have the old-fashioned camera, you can't just go click, 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 click. I'm doing it until it succeeds.
Right.
Oh. And of course, every time you take a picture is a photography roll just to see if you make it good or if it's one of those shitty pictures. Because in the old days, we were plagued by those, and then we'd pay to have them developed because we sucked. You're at last back at the school. So you've got time to poke around with something, and then that'll be it. So if you want to try to find out anything, go for it. I will put back up the school.
I don't have anything that I need to do here.
Yeah, I was going to say, we are running short on time, and basically you guys got back to school. So if you had something quick you wanted to do, we have time. Otherwise, we've got like 40 minutes or so left.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Putting the picture up above Mildred's bed.
Yeah.
Good man. Let me unveil some stuff in Bobcat Hall since I know you're going to get to see that.
True Bobcat.
Yeah, well, he actually got to see why Jordan got to see some of why there's bobcats and stuff in the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of weird junk in there.
The film company we work for is Bobcat Productions as well, by the way. Bobcat's one of those things that appears to be related to us across multiple zones for some reason.
Interesting.
Like Bad Wolf, but Bobcat.
Yes.
Interesting.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, weird. Well, actually, a good thing if you're wanting to do something without spending a lot of real life time is if you wanted to go explore anything in the school. That's a lot quicker to wrap up than getting into some of the detailed, crunchy plots and shit.
That's true. That's true.
Very true.
Is there a way I can look for possibly a place that might not be traveled very frequently?
That's a good reason to explore. Now, how exploring works, because yes, I'm guessing you may find something. How exploring works is rather than having you check every fucking 10-foot section of corridor, because homie don't roll that way, you go, hey, in Damarung corridor, for example, I want to check around there. Is there anything unusual in any of those places there? And you don't have to even list off the places. I may or may not ask for a roll, or when Pete was doing it, he just asked, is there a different way into that door or that courtyard? And I was like, after exploring around, you discovered no. And then he said, I'm crawling through the window. I said, oh, the window? But nobody crawls through a window. And he's like, I do it anyway.
And then I checked and determined that nobody had actually been into this courtyard.
So
there was no sign of tracks or disturbance at all, which is why I started storing stuff there, because I knew people didn't go there.
Yeah.
Is there any rooms off this courtyard that would be?
No, there isn't. But if you wanted to hide your shit in there, well, actually, Joshua knows that other people are now coming into here, so I can't guarantee it'll be there.
The idea is I'm looking for somewhere where I could actually stash the film chemicals.
Okay.
For developing film.
It's a good way to find it through exploration. So where would you guys like to head to?
Before we do set off, I would like to know one thing, please. What was the result of our escapade the first time we were here?
They all lost points.
Is that it?
What, you wanted them put to death?
I don't know. I wanted like some big throwdown.
And they don't know how the kids managed to do it.
Well, there was plenty of hoopla, but yeah, in the end, it came out where they lost points, got yelled at, a big investigation because nobody should have been able to do that, and then they just had to move on with their lives. Nobody would fess up to it and stuff.
Move on
Hey.
with your lives.
They were
Josh.
trying to work out how everybody moved past the runes. Yes, what's up, Danny?
What's something we can do to gain the Bobcats points instead of lose them points?
It would be like winning in competitions.
Well, you could send them through the obstacle course. That would gain you some points.
Yeah,
Not a
doing
lot,
the
but-
obstacle course. Basically, doing feats of accomplishment.
I wouldn't mind doing the obstacle course.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So
the way he's rolling, he should do the obstacle course now.
yeah. I know. I'm
Jesus,
just
I'd throw
thinking,
them into it.
what's more important?
What is the
to you,
obstacle
Danny?
course?
Doing the obstacle course or finding somewhere to store your
I can
photography
always-
stuff.
I can always find somewhere to do that later.
All right.
Especially since I'm hiding it in the bag. I don't know if anybody's going to go through my bag. So,
Your bag in where?
and either the bag with my school books and change of clothes in it. I'm stashing the camera underneath the change of clothes.
All right. So in your wardrobe or whatever, in your locker, in your room, in your in the dorm.
Yeah.
Just remember,
The
you
bag
don't have
that's-
a private. You don't have a private room that we're in
Right.
dormitories.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that you have very, very little place to stash stuff, and there's no lock stuff, and it's super easy to get into stuff. The only thing that people really prize and they always keep with them is their candy vouchers, and those things are traded like fucking currency between the kids and stuff, and they pay for different shit for each other, and that's not a lot. So hiding things like a big fucking chunk of gold and shit like that.
Yeah, there was a story of some fifth years that tried to bully a first year, and one of them ended up unconscious and lost all his candy things. Ended up with his underpants over his head and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll probably stash the camera in the courtyard then, the one that doesn't get explored much,
Okay.
and like out of sight as much as possible, so that someone walking through the courtyard isn't gonna see it.
Well,
It'd have to be
no.
someone searching.
I
Yeah.
do know of another location that
Ooh.
doesn't get hardly used that you could potentially store stuff.
What's that?
The toilets of the Magitech. Is it the toilets of the Magitech?
Are you talking the Sweat and Stones hallway? Yeah, it's close to the Magitech area.
Yeah,
Bathroom that is unisex and it does not get a lot of use.
Yes, that's not a bad. Hardly, yeah. As I said, it hardly gets used. I don't know in regard. The only issue is the elves may go in there to clean it.
Mm.
So that'd be the only thing about that location. There is also the outdoors, and there's various places. The outdoors is fairly large, so you could potentially store it there, especially like
outdoors would
in
be
the
a
edge
good
of this
place.
in the scrubby field, in the trees, or at the edge of this, spooky forest. There's also a ruined tower on an island, but the boats are locked up, and I haven't
How
rowed
many
out there to
sets of
check it
lock
out as
picks
yet.
do you have on you, by the way?
I was actually going to stash them here.
After all the points Poorhouse Bobcat lost from the lockpick losers, you now bring in many more sets. Well, you're just gonna have to let me know where you leave them, because I know that they're gonna get used.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I was considering saying, all right, I'll stash because I have lockpicks stashed elsewhere. So as far as I'm aware, they haven't gone there and got them because I don't know if they know about those ones. At Beastkin Genovia at the Australian embassy, there's lockpicks there. There's several sets of lockpicks there that I
Of
put.
course.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, if you ever take them to the Australian embassy and shit, is you made enough money for that anybody shows up gets fed, clothed. If they want a
Hmm.
horse, gear,
Yeah,
clothes, they
yeah.
just toss it at them and give them a little bit of money and send them on their way. Because Australia,
Yep.
Australia, Australia.
Hmm. Yep. Get outfitted.
Mm.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
that's great for the RPCs and shit. If they show up and go Australian embassy, what the fuck is this?
Yes, I will specifically make note of what I've done with the lockpicks. All right.
Well, yes.
And I will tell
Next
you
game
regards
session,
to
yeah,
any that
because
I've
I
stashed.
add them to my map, and then when the PCs are exploring and they come across hidden lockpicks and shit, they get real excited and not know where they come from.
So there will be 4 sets of lockpicks lying basically against the wall directly underneath the window, so you can't see them, just
Right.
like in a row.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me get back to the Dameron corridor. You're just fucking enabling them. You know that, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Mm. Oh, Matt, were you going to order food or were you going to
Mm-hmm.
eat stuff here? You
Mm-hmm.
already did it? Oh
No,
my
I'm
God.
looking at it now.
Oh. Wait a minute. Dameron is where it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Actually, if you
getting
want
near
to
the
just send me a message later, I won't have to hold up the game for making notes
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, that's all right. I'm just making a note. I'm playing tomorrow anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
unless things don't go to plan, but yes, I'll be
Well, I was
playing
going to say
tomorrow.
we've got one open spot, so either somebody may join up or
Hmm.
Sharkins. Who knows? Because whoever does that gets to meet Yana.
Yes. Well, so yeah,
Oh,
whether or not Chris or Shark in, since he
Chris is
get to
unable
play
to.
in
He's
person.
working.
He's working all weekend, is he? Yeah, poor bastard.
Yep. So,
Anyway,
obstacle course, or you. There's so much shit to explore. It's up to you
yeah.
guys. So,
I wouldn't mind doing the obstacle course, but if you guys want to do something else, it's
No, 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 no,
totally
no,
fine
no,
with
no,
me.
no.
No, I think we should
Well,
do it while you're rolling well, and
yeah, yeah, go,
it's
yeah,
about what we've
go.
got
Do
time
the
left
opposite
for. So,
if that's what you want to do. Go for it. Do the obstacle course.
I will uncover some pictures of the obstacle course before he gets into it, just so he knows what he's going to be doing. Essentially, in real life, you could use the obstacle course for special forces training if you wanted to, because it's a cruel, sadistic obstacle course, and
Oh,
special
good to
forces
know.
training loves it.
Yeah,
Good
just
to
so you
know.
know, you'll be doing climbing and jumping and potentially swimming and dodging and all sorts of stuff.
On the if you go down a little bit on the left, you'll see the obstacle course in all of its glory. There are 12 total obstacles and stuff.
It looks like what's that show called? I can't remember. Stuff from that TV show.
Some of it is from the TV show Wipeout.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, that it's the 4 big balls in a row are one of the hardest obstacles, and most people end up kicking themselves in the back of their fucking own head when they
Yep.
try to do it. It is hilarious. So, essentially, you go out there. There's a guy who's known as drill instructor Leslie Happenblatt, and he will yell you through the obstacles. If you can succeed well enough, you need to have a score of at least 0. I'll explain what you keep track of for scoring on this one thing. Then he will give you the same deal as the other two, where anytime you're doing your, like if you quote, attend classes, then you only do that once per session or whatever, but you can just attend classes for however long time, and then once per session you get several checks and stuff. But during that period, he will also train you in the same thing as the other two, in this case, unarmed martial arts, um, or whatever the group wants to train in as a collective decision, special, because you have managed to impress him. So, you ready to rock?
Sure.
Okay, here's what you want to keep track of. If you make a, hold on a minute, let me get to what to keep track of. Scoring, there it is. If you make a roll at half, if you make a roll at a quarter, if you make a critical roll, if you fumble, and if you fall in the water. These are the only things that will matter. If you fail, then fail, fumble, quarter success does nothing. Okay. Almost every other result does.
You were not getting us to note down by quarter.
Yes. Well, I've now done. If
You've
you want to
revamped
redo
it?
the obstacle course to try to beat
No,
your
no,
old
not at all, not
record,
at all, not at all.
you are welcome to do it.
I was just mentioning it in case you'd forgotten. But if you've
Yeah,
vamped it, that's all right.
I added. Okay, so ready to rock?
Sure.
Okay, Jordan. Your first one is there's a wall. Fortunately, they got 3 different sizes depending on the year of the kids. You're on the lowest size because you're fucking 11 or whatever. So you have a choice between either jump or strength to help you get over the wall.
I'll do jump.
Excellent. Roll that shit. Go, Jordan. Go,
That
Jordan.
succeeds.
Okay, if it's not by half or a quarter, then you don't have to keep track of it. But otherwise, then you get to another wall and you have to scoot under it. No roll is required for this one. You scoot under it. Next, you find a wall
Wait,
with
sorry. What do you mean by half or a quarter? If it succeeds by half?
correct.
Because my jump is 60, so that succeeds
So that's
by.
at half. Yes. So
Yeah.
keep track. You got 1 at half.
Okay.
So keep track of that because
Yeah.
later we'll figure it out in the scoring. So you go under a wall, no roll required. Then you get a wall with a hole through it that basically you have to jump through. You can either use dexterity or acrobatics, your choice.
I think they're both the same.
Pick one, then roll it.
He's a gymnast.
Yeah, I don't know what his skill is though. Is that a half or a quarter?
That's no, but both acrobatics and dexterity are both at 60.
Right, but you have to pick one, then roll it, because then you know which one to get checking.
I did acrobatics.
Excellent.
Which is
check. Don't forget your checks. 60, I'm guessing, gymnast.
Yep.
So that's at a quarter. So keep track. So far, you have 1 roll at a half, 1 roll at a quarter.
Logan, you didn't do it that way.
What?
You didn't have quarters.
I know.
We've already had that conversation, Matt.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I'm trying to order food.
No worries.
Yeah.
Next.
All right.
Next, Jordan, you get to a balance beam. You have to simply walk across it. Your choice of either dexterity or acrobatics.
Okay. I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Good luck. So you have a choice between either skipping the obstacle, which gives you big negative points, or you can suck up your failure and try again.
I'll suck up my failure.
Okay. Make a note you failed once.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing you can do, don't forget, is if you really, really want to, is either you use a reroll card if you've got one, or blow hero points.
If they have one to trade.
I personally wouldn't blow hero points on this.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about hero points on it unless it's something really bad.
There's a lot of places where you can fail at, so.
Yeah.
All right. That one succeeds by half.
Okay, so you have one fail and 1 success at half added to your score. You're doing good so far. There's a lot of cheering from the kids going on because this is the school sport. People turn up to watch this shit. Next, you get to it's like a big rounded dome made of metal, like jungle gym bars, and it's called the Blood Dome. And
even worse.
they've put some padding, but it looks like people can still get seriously hurt if they fall off this. Essentially, you have to climb up one side and then down the other. So, give me a climb roll. The obstacles get more intense. Ooh.
I think I succeed. Let me see what it's by.
Quarter?
Yeah, that's a quarter.
God damn. You scamper up one side and down the other. Now, I need an endurance roll to see if your muscles are all a quiver or if you're okay still.
Where's endurance? One sec, I'm looking for endurance too.
It should be near Dex. It's like endurance.
Constitution / endurance.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, that's a fumble. I think. No, it's not a fumble.
Oh, not a fumble? Okay, you're going to
wait, it is. It matches my fumble score, which is 95.
Then it's a fumble.
Yeah.
So you're going to be at a huge negative for the rest of the course if you choose to keep that roll because you are fucking spent.
Let me see if I have. Do I have any card? Well, yeah. Do I have any cards that might help here? Because I don't think I do.
Which cards do you
Yeah.
have?
I have. I can take it, coach.
Hmm.
Nobody's useless. Jump +20 and assistant reroll.
There you
Trade
go.
me a card. Hang on a second. I'll trade you. Yeah, that's not going to be any good to you.
Yeah, don't forget to use your jump +20 somewhere on the obstacle course. But
Yeah.
he's going to trade you a card. Trade him the assistant reroll. He plays it on you. Bada
I'll
boom.
trade that one.
Rules for trading cards, Jordan. Basically, you have to be able to communicate with the other PCs. And you can hear Pete going, "Come on, you can do it," and that's good enough.
Okay.
And I'll play the assistant reroll on you.
Oh, cool. So just get to reroll then.
Yep.
Oh no!
Damn.
One shy of a fumble.
So you're down to a very nasty negative that will probably fuck the rest of the obstacle course for you if you choose to keep that.
How bad's the negative?
-30.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just
Actually,
spend.
-20. Sorry, -20.
I'm gonna do it, even though it's not recommendable. I'm gonna spend a hero point just for the hell of it.
Go for it. I hope you roll better.
Nope. Still
No,
bad.
Still at -20.
All right.
Hooray.
I'm gonna keep going anyways, just for the fun of it.
Sure. The next part is fine muscle coordination. They have a pistol that looks like a zap ray gun, like what the teachers wear. But this one, all that it can affect is they have like some cans up, and basically you have to shoot the 3 cans. So it's pistol skill at -20, and you have to make 3 shots. Each shot you miss slows you down. The gun makes a loud whining noise and continues whining and stuff. Side note for the R2, somebody else activated it, and then he gets to it, and it's going. And so go ahead and give me pistol at -20. Each shot is a fail. If you
Failed.
fail. Ooh, okay, you suck at pistols. Got it. Keep rolling until you succeed.
Well, I got a 45 in pistol. It's just
Okay.
I got that -20.
-20 is just horrible for you. Yep.
Failed.
Keep going. Basically, once if you get to 5 fails, you pretty much just skip the obstacle.
Failed.
Okay, just write down skip 1 obstacle.
Right.
The drill instructor yells at you to continue on.
Right.
Next, you get to a huge cargo net to climb. This is about a story tall. It has some padding under it, but it takes you up to the water obstacles. Give me a climb at -20 as your little 11-year-old muscles quiver in absolute exhaustion.
I fucking failed by 1 point.
No problem. Fortunately, there's padding. Roll a D3 damage on yourself, please. All right. You take 3 points of damage. I'm not going to just keep track of your hit points. It's equal to your willpower. Would you like to try it again or skip the
Yes,
obstacle?
I'm gonna try again.
Excellent.
Nope. And I got to roll another D3, huh?
Yep.
Oh God.
Right. You fell on your head twice. It was awesome. Okay. Keep track of that
Skip.
damage and that you skipped the obstacle.
Yep.
And right. They get you hauled up there because you need to be on the top in order to continue the thing. So they have to come out and have people take you up there because now you're on a
God,
high
that's so
ramp.
embarrassing.
No problem. Well, you're totally go across a wooden supported rope and wood plank bridge that takes you up over the relatively clean water where there are further obstacles. Now, the first obstacle requires hopping over a spinning arm while jumping between chair-sized platforms over the water.
We've lost.
I'm gonna use my jump +20.
This is a good time for it. That gets you down to your jump at full instead of at the -20.
No.
You fall into the water. Roll a D4 damage on yourself. Are you unconscious yet?
No, I have 4 hit points left.
Nice. Okay, now give me a swimming roll as the lifeguards prepare to watch your lifeless corpse float by.
Motherfucker.
I believe that's a failure as well.
That
You
is a fail.
take another D4 damage. as you attempt
Please
to.
don't be the maximum. Okay, good. I'm gonna use.
The I can take it, coach.
Yeah.
Nice. I believe that heals all of your. What kind of damage does it say?
Heal up all damage, self only. Play
Nice.
before you were killed or knocked out.
That's perfect. Okay. Excellent. You regain all your hit points. People are impressed that after such brutal falls and nearly drowning, actually, you're still drowning. Go ahead and give me a new swim roll.
Nope.
Right.
Wait.
The lifeguards haul you out of the water and stick you up to the next obstacle. They have to haul you up to it.
Oh my god.
They tie a rope to your fucking under your arms and the
What a
couple
show
pull
this
you up.
is. Just like knocks out the first like 3 or 4 challenges, and then from there it's just like an embarrassing fish flopping around.
Well, this is not an obstacle course that they expect 11-year-olds to kick ass on. So you're up to the big
Majority
blue
11-year-olds
balls.
fail this.
Now, for the big blue balls, you need to succeed in. Do you have the parkour skill, by the way?
I do.
Now, you can substitute that for one of these 3 skills, all of which are at -20, and parkour is at -20 because you're pretty much almost laying on the ramp at this point looking at the blue balls. The 3 skills that you have to succeed in is jump, acrobatics, and dexterity. You're at -20 due to exhaustion, but you can substitute parkour for one of them if you wish. If you don't succeed in all 3, you feel your feet kick yourself in the back of the head and then fall into the water because it's awesome.
Well,
I've got a. I was
here's
just going to say,
jump.
I've got an assistant. Nice. I've got an assistant +5 if you want me to play it on you for any particular role. I just realised.
And then this is for acrobatics. That does not succeed.
No problem. Did you miss by 5 or less? Missed by 9.
I missed by 9.
Okay, thought it'd be extra funny if you're like, no, I don't need. Oh God, no! Right. So you kick yourself in the back of the head and roll a d6 damage as you face plant into a ball, kick yourself in the back of the head, then fall into the water. As everybody from that show has ever done. Right. That is the most. Everybody goes, ooh, and you're back in the water. Give me a swim roll at -20 as they wait for you to go unconscious. Oh yeah, you are down at the bottom of the water. The lifeguards at this point, you are done. The lifeguards are dispatched to attempt to get you out of the water because you are trying to drown yourself.
What a terrible, embarrassing
The lifeguards eventually get saved themselves by other people. So that was your first go around at the obstacle course.
Shot out of the gate like a pistol and just crashed to the ground.
Yeah.
Crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Maybe raise my endurance score after this.
Well, that's the beauty of the system is that the skills that get used go up probably. So. Right. We're pretty close to end time. It's a really good point to end it after watching your buddy just brutalize the shit out of himself. It's amazing. And rather than people cheering against House Bobcat, everybody feels so sorry for them because they're so far firmly in 4th place that they're not even worried about them anymore. They go, and that's even worse somehow. So let's do end of mission card play. Discard any, or actually tell me, let's do it this way, Jordan, just to make it easier on you. What cards do you have?
Nobody's useless and negate.
The negate's a nope card. So what do you guys think? Should he keep that one?
The negate's combat, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
combat.
right. Yeah, I would recommend discarding both of your cards, sir. Everybody discard all your cards that you don't want. And
didn't need the magic points, so don't need clarity anymore.
And then draw back up to 4. At this point, Jordan, you'll be wanting to tell the other guys what cards you have. They will help you with the end of mission card play. There's a fucking art to it. They're better at it than I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've got
Skill.
a limited Sorry, go.
Skill 5%, Indomitable Will, Skill 15%, and Pharmacy plus 20.
What's Indomitable Will again?
Allows character to completely resist any sort of mind control for D10 rounds, starting with the round played. The character is controlled when the card is played. The card breaks the control and keeps the control from taking place for the rest of the combat.
That's right.
This is very
Oh,
interesting, actually. I'm not kidding you, but I've just picked up the exact same 3 cards. That's a bit weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I've got a 5%, a 15%, and an Indomitable Will, which is exactly what Jordan's got.
Weird. Now, if Pete has that as well, we'll have a trifecta.
Well,
Yeah,
I wonder if there's something where maybe if you try and take the cards at the same time.
Ah,
yeah, it's
Matt, go ahead and
duplicated.
discard your cards and draw some new ones, Matt.
Yes, I've got the only decent one I've got is a limited retrieve as an aside.
Okay. Well, if Matt can get a cycling card, then you guys are
Yeah, if
back
we
in
get a
business.
cycling card, yeah, exactly.
Right, I've now got Clarity, no, Flamethrower, no, I've got nothing. I've got a Clogging Greed, but that only helps me.
Yeah.
So no one's got cycling cards?
Yep.
Nope.
Bloody hell. Okay.
I've got a limited retrieve to take the top card, but the top card's not useful in this instance.
Cool. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3 hero points for everybody. No Sand Award because you guys didn't really do anything that helped you get any sanity this time. Yeah.
I got 4 because I got Clogging Greed.
Right.
Oh. Good thing is we didn't use any pos. Oh no, actually, sorry. someone used. But
He tried real hard, but the dice turned against him at the last
they did.
minute. Jordan, I would like to hear your thoughts on this game.
It was enjoyable.
Good.
I don't know. I liked it. I think it's interesting. I'm more intrigued by the mysteries of it.
And there's a lot more. There's a lot more.
There's a lot more, yeah. Sometimes we get quite heavy investigating the mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how it stacks up compared to other games you've played, but I've enjoyed having you here and hope you sign up for more shit.
Yeah, I'll have to check my work schedule before I do, but
Yeah.
I was like, when you guys kept talking about like, oh, we have a spot open tomorrow, I was like, oh, I could jump in, and then I was like, wait, no, I can't. I have something to do tomorrow at 9:00.
Well, if you decide you'd like to come back, please get a new camera or something.
I'll have to.
Cheap. They're cheap. They're like $20-$30.
I'll have to pick one up from Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. We would like to see you in less blurry format.
Yeah. So what about the skills that we put like tallies?
Shit. Skill increases. Thanks. I was thinking around our shit. First, let's do your stats first. Which different stats do you have checks in, sir?
I have one next to learning with a Latin in parentheses, and then one next to essence.
Okay, with the learning, the Latin is listed separately as its own skill, like all your other skills. But okay, first step for learn, roll 2d6. You want a 7. If you don't get it, the check gets erased. You're done. You move on.
Nope.
Okay, so erase that check. Next, the one next to essence. Try the same thing. Roll a 7 on 2d6.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So erase that. Those 2 stats don't go up. Don't worry. They have a chance of going up. Next, we move into skills. What's your first skill that has a check in it?
Let's see.
Or any skill that
empathy.
Has right. What's your empathy at now?
50.
Roll a 51 or higher. Cool. Right. Erase the check, roll a d6, and add that to your 51. Cool. You have a 52 empathy now. See what I
Alright.
mean?
And is that just for any of them that I'm doing now then?
Uh-huh. It works the
Alright.
same on all of them. So in other words, the lower your skill is that you got the check in, like your Latin was super low, you have an excellent chance of building that up. But the higher and higher it is, the smaller and smaller chance you have of building it. And if you have to fail, if you get the same as your skill, if you roll the exact same, you just erase the check and move on with your life. It's a lovely, simple game mechanic.
And then does that count for Mandarin since I have it at 60?
Totally. Everything. Yep. Yeah. And see, that goes up by D6. Aha. So now your Mandarin's a 66. See? But something I'd recommend doing after you figure out your skill ups and all that shit is, let's see, you posted your character sheet. It usually takes like a few days for people to get around to looking at it and stuff, but sometimes they'll go through and use the Pete sheet, as I call it, where it tells you how many points you've spent and everything. Sometimes they'll discover that you have gypped yourself out of a bunch of points unintentionally. But yeah, if you have questions is like, how useful is this skill? Will this skill come up a lot? Or sometimes you want to take rare skills, like taking Mandarin. Mandarin normally doesn't come up a lot, but you happen to be dropped into the one zone where it is fucking gold. So.
All right.
And you didn't get sent to remedial Latin, so that's awesome.
Something we didn't do this session was the spellcasting tickling.
Right. Yeah, you guys didn't do your spellcasting off, but you can introduce them to the fun world of spells later.
Oh, god damn it!
Yeah.
Do you know what that 95 was for?
Yep.
Drug tolerance.
Drug tolerance.
God damn. Is that your highest skill now? Oh,
No.
You guys,
it's
you get below a 0 point on re-rolling that one, Matt?
No.
Okay. Did you say it could be? Your drug tolerance could be?
Let me have a look. I think my strength might still. No. Sword is at my highest, I think.
Damn.
I can move stuff around since this is my first session, right? Because I think I might add some endurance.
You are correct.
No, my drug tolerance and my sword is now at the same.
That's frightening. He drinks and he fights. He's an Irishman. Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely recommend. Well, now you've got a better handle on it, Jordan. But I'd also talk to the RPCs because some things don't work like people think that they would work, and so you can get good advice because both of these dudes, they are expert players. So. In very, very different ways, as you've noticed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, that's one of the because some people say, well, it's not a steady group, and sometimes with different people. I look at that as a bonus because you can, if you look on the schedule, you can see what days Matt signed up for and try to sign up for some of the same if you wanted, or which days Pete signed up for. You could say, fuck those guys, I want to meet new people or whatever. It's wide open.
Enough of there. This is why I had the door closed.
Good man.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had my door closed so my cat wouldn't come down and bother me, and now someone came home and let the dogs out, so now my cat's going to be down here bothering me. Alrighty. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me join.
You bet.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Had a lot of fun. Sorry, we did basically a recap session for you two.
No, that's all right.
No, it's all good.
Good.
Sometimes it's a useful way of introducing new players by not diving, well,
and it's
partly throwing you into deep end, but partly more of a flavour taste.
good also for us to go back to probably storylines that we completely forgot about.
Yes.
Like, oh shit, I left these people in the woods for like a year.
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
He was saying because I said, so Alex, what happened to those guys you were trying to rescue from Nemo Land?
That's
Aren't
like,
some of them supposed to be here somewhere? Oh, yes.
yeah. Good point.
I like that I like that the campaign is complex enough where players are like, oh yeah, oh fuck, I forgot all about that, as opposed to this is your dungeon. You will clear it room by room.